This is Toronto's High Park. In previous episodes, we've explored the park's bloody origin and the lingering spirits of those who lived and died here. But very few are aware that this is also the site of one of the most catastrophic events in Toronto's history. In the early morning of January 2nd, 1884, on the Grand Trunk Railway, directly southeast of Grenadier Pond, two trains collided and burst into flame, resulting in the demise of at least 29 men. A freight train traveling into the city from the west was operated by engineer Richard Jeffrey and conductor George Barber, who both failed to read the employee timetable that morning. If they did, they would have known that a two-car commuter train pulled by a dummy locomotive was coming straight toward them from the east on a single-track railway. The small train was carrying 29 workers about to begin their shifts at the Toronto Boltworks factory in the village of Swansea. At 6:57 a.m., during the most violent snowstorm of the season, steel met steel as the trains collided at 50 kilometers per hour. The freight train's boiler and furnace tore through the dummy's cabin, instantly ending 15 lives. The cabin was soon filled with steam from the boiler, leaving 14 other workers with fatal burns. This is considered to be one of the worst disasters in Toronto's history, and despite their negligence, both Jeffrey and Barber would eventually be acquitted of manslaughter. Many believe that the families of the victims didn't get the justice they deserved. 1 year later, an elderly John Howard, the founder of High Park, wrote in his diary that he saw something beyond belief. It was in the early morning, and a snowstorm raged outside his home as Howard awoke to the howling of a locomotive in the distance. When he looked out his window, he claimed to have seen a flaming pair of railway cars, identical to the ones torn to shreds the previous year. Suddenly, with a roar of thunder and a crash of lightning, it vanished into the storm. So goes the first documented sighting of the ghost train in High Park. Throughout the 1900s and to this very day, there are those who claim they've seen a train from hell, but only on nights when a winter storm hits the city hardest. So what's going on here? Why were the two men responsible exonerated of crimes that ruined so many families? Is it possible that this legal oversight has disturbed the souls of the tragedy's victims? Could it be that their specters return to High Park every winter in the same train that carried them into the afterlife? Only time will tell.